I'm John, Miss Melody's husband, and this time she's allowing me to tell you a story. Now, you probably have heard the story of Jonah before, but I'm going to try to tell it in a way that has a little bit of a different focus, and in a way that you might not have seen before. Hi, what are you doing here?
I'm here to help you with this story.
This is my son Gabe. Now, instead of just talking about how the story affected just Jonah, let's think about how the story changed a lot of other people's lives through Jonah's journey. I'm going to be using balloons to help tell my story, and apparently, Gabe's going to be using other stuff?
Yep.
Now, Jonah was a prophet, which means that he went around and told God messages to his people. How do you like my Jonah? I drew a little face on him. I'll be rephrasing some of the story later, just for time's sake. But the best way when we can is use exact words of the Bible, and that's what I'm going to do. Let's read the first short chapter of the first book of Jonah. The word of the Lord came to Jonah, son of Amittai. Go to the great city of Nineveh and preach against it, because its wickedness has come up before me. But Jonah ran away from the Lord and headed for Tarshish. He went down to Joppa, where he found a ship bound for that port. After paying the fare, he went aboard and sailed for Tarshish to flee from the Lord. Oh, by the way, here is Jonah in the boat, trying to run away from God. Okay, you see him in there? Well, I would like to show you not only where Jonah is, but also where Jonah is hiding in the boat, and also the crew of the boat. Yes?
Get back to the Bible verses, please.
Sure. Then the Lord sent a great wind out onto the sea, and such a violent storm arose that the ship threatened to break up. All of the sailors were afraid, and each cried out to his own God, and they threw out cargo into the sea to lighten the ship. But Jonah had gone below deck, where he lay down and fell into a deep sleep. The captain went up to him and said, "How can you sleep? Get up and call on your God. Maybe he will take notice of us, so that we will not perish." Then the sailors said to each other, "Come, let us cast lots to find out who is actually responsible for this calamity." They cast lots, and the lot fell upon Jonah. So they said to him, "From where do you come from? What is your country? From what people are you?" He answered, "I am a Hebrew, and I worship the Lord, the God of heaven, who made the sea and the dry land." Well, this terrified them, and they asked, "What have you done?" For they knew that he was running away from the Lord, because he had already told them so. The sea was getting rougher and rougher. So they asked him, "What should we do to make the sea calm down for us?" "Pick me up and throw me into the sea." "No. And it will become calm again. I know that it is my fault that this great storm has come upon you." Instead, the men did their best to row back to land, but they could not, for the sea grew even wilder than before. And they cried out to the Lord, "Please, Lord, do not let us die for taking this man's life. Do not hold us accountable for killing an innocent man, for you, Lord, have done as you pleased." Then they took Jonah and threw him overboard. And then as soon as they did, the raging sea became calm again. Well, this made all of the sailors terrified. So they started at giving sacrifices to the Lord and made vows to the Lord as well. And then after that, the Lord sent a huge fish to come get Jonah, and it swallowed Jonah up and had him in the belly for 3 whole days and nights. Did you know what happened to the ship's crew? Did you see what happened? They started believing and following the one true God. Well, here is Jonah in the big fish. While Jonah is in the fish, he starts to pray. He praises God for sending the fish so he wouldn't drown in the middle of the sea. And Jonah tells God that he is sorry for trying to run away from him. After 3 days, the fish finally spits out Jonah out into the dry land.
Can I make the fish for that, Jonah?
Sure. And the fish swam away. So Jonah heads to Nineveh. Now Nineveh is a big city. In Jonah's time, Nineveh had over 120,000 people in it. It took Jonah 3 days to walk through it, telling everyone that unless they changed their ways, God was going to destroy the entire city of Nineveh in 40 days. Well, the news reached the king of Nineveh. Well, do you know what he did? He made a proclamation saying that there was going to be a fast.
Hear ye, hear ye.
Well, no person or animal was allowed to eat or drink anything. Everyone needed to stop their evil ways, pray to God, and wear sackcloth, which was kind of like old, rough, dark-colored clothes to show that you were sad or sorrowful. Even all of the animals had to wear sackcloth. Could you imagine seeing animals walking around wearing all of these gloomy clothes? The king, the nobles, and the people asked the Lord for forgiveness, changed their bad ways, and followed God. Well, God saw this, and he did not destroy Nineveh. So once again, just like the crew on the ship to Tarshish, God used Jonah's journey to change the Ninevites as well. Well, Gabe, thank you for helping tell my story.
It was my pleasure. I got to pray to God.